All right, we're going to talk about LED forward voltage because I had a really nasty comment. One of my viewers just called me a liar, an idiot. Don't ever watch this guy's channel. The guy doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. And one of the examples he used of how crazy I was, how I didn't know anything I was talking about, was I was talking about a switch mode power supply, and it had a feedback path to do the regulation, and it was using an optocoupler. And I claimed that the LED had a forward voltage of about 1 volt. And he just thought that was the silliest thing ever, that the very best diodes are 1.75 volts. It can't blah, 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 blah. I mean, he just really nasty. He left three nasty comments. Well, I'm going to show today that VF of 1 volt is completely possible. Now, what he didn't understand was he had never been subject to infrared LEDs. So visible LEDs, so the way that LEDs work is they have a semiconductor and they have a band gap. And the band gap is related to the energy level of the semiconductor, the quantum states. And a red LED will have a work function. It will have about a 1.7 volt forward voltage, because that's the way it breaks down. That's the way. And because of that energy split, this 1.7 volt, you do it in EVs and stuff like that. But if you have about a 1.7, you're going to get red light. That's the band gap. That's where the LEDs are changing. They pump up to a high state and then they fall. And when they fall, they give off a photon. They give off a red photon. Now, if you measure a green LED or a blue LED, the VF is going to be higher, okay? So these days, it used to be that blue LEDs have about a VF of like 4 volts, but they've gotten more efficient now, and they have a VF of about 2.5 volts, okay? So you go from 1.7, then you go up to 2, and you're up around 400 nanometers of light, blue light, right? So again, you're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. What if you go in the opposite direction? What if you go, blue LEDs are 400 nanometers, red LEDs are 650 nanometers. What if you keep going to 1,000 nanometers or 1,200 nanometers? What happens to that band gap? Well, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller, okay? So I have some infrared LEDs, and we'll put them on the curve tracer and see what VF an infrared LED has. All right, so I have my infrared LED in here, and let's see here. We have, let's see, we're at 0.2, 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 1, and it turns on. Turns on, the knee is right at 1 volt, okay? Even at 20 milliamps, we're at 1.2 volts, 1.2 volts up there. But the knee is down here at 1 volt. So if you have a power supply circuit that is operating on, off, and it's finding where it's right at the knee. That's where the circuit of the power supply is going to start conducting that optocoupler, and it's going to be down here right at about 1 volt. Okay, maybe you call it 1.1, but 1 volt, right? And if you take a look at data sheets of optocouplers, you read the data sheets, it will tell you what the VF is, and guess what? The VF is low. Because why? Because they use infrared LEDs and optocouplers. They don't use red LEDs. That's silly. They use infrared LEDs. The guy had no clue. He just had his Arduino knowledge of electronics. And I don't want to bash on the Arduino people, but he had a very limited knowledge of electronics, and he hadn't been around LEDs. I've been around LEDs all my life. I was a scientist at Lumileds. I mean, I know LEDs, and I just really bugged me when people call me a liar and an idiot, and they have no clue what they're talking about. Anyway, it's fun to throw it back in their face and show them that, yes, indeed, I do know about LEDs, and yes, indeed, I'm smarter than you.